Hey, welcome back to Fishing with a Mission. Hey everybody, it's been a while since we've actually done a video in YouTube, so we're going to take some time here to just show you around the fish room on YouTube. We've done a couple of Facebook Lives with Mark D. Triplett on Facebook, but now we're going to take some time here to look at the Fish Room with a Mission on our own. We are ending in the church year right now, so things are wrapping up and quite busy, as then Advent starts in this coming season. And so there'll be new life in Christ Jesus that we're looking forward to when he comes at Christmas. So a lot of my tanks right now have new life because I went to a plant auction up in the Twin Cities, and that plant auction has a Breeders Association and it has a Horticulture Association. And the Horticulture Association will bring multiple samples of different plants in and let the customers or the association members of the Minnesota Aquarium Society come and actually purchase plants for a really low cost. So I probably got about $500 worth of plants for about $100 or less. And this was here in 2023. Going in from November to December. Right now you're seeing my show tank on Fishing with a Mission. We added a piece of driftwood last year. We moved here about a year ago to a new room. So here I'll show you. We're a little bit smaller than we've been before. We've ended up going on the outskirts of the room here in some larger tanks, all community tanks. Working on doing some breeding and stuff like that. I'll get to that in a minute. You got a hog's nose or Barbados Cory here in the front that's dancing around. That's the largest Corydoras that exists in the Corydoras industry. You have some black galaxies, or paradise, I don't remember which one he said it was. It's a gourmet variety that are floating around. There's 8 of those guys. Right here in the middle, this is a really good shot. I don't know if we'll see the other one later, of a zebra loach, one of my favorites in the hobby. Now he's looking straight at us. You'll see his nose is red because he chases after all of your, that's a little bit of a zebra striping there. He chases after all of your snails and eats them up for you. And you'll notice that this tank does not have very many. And again, the Farewella is out eating as well. So the Farewella is right there next to these Barbados Corydoras, but that's a Farewella with a pointy pencil nose. I don't know if you can see that nose right there. Hi Tetra. But yeah, so his nose is nice and pointy there. There's where the Black Galaxy gourmets that I was talking to you about a little bit ago. Bunch of Tetras. We got some new Tetras here right there, the blue flame ones. With the red tails. I thought that would be a nice addition. It's kind of going back to the skirt type of Tetras I used to have. That is one of my oldest fish right there, the black neon. Nice and big, probably as big as those get. So he is one of my older fish. Actually, there's one of the older ones there too. Going up to the top there, it's a black neon also. All my Emperor Tetras seem to have died. I don't know why that is. And this, no, that one's an M. That's a black neon. So anyway, arguing with myself. Got some Congo Tetras that are floating in the middle in the back there. The rose lines are the ones with the black and red stripe that are darting around. There is Congo that just came out of the hole there. I like how those guys are schooling there, the blue flame ones. That's part of why I got them, because they were schooling at the store. Pearl Gourmet there and on the bottom. Everybody just got fed, so they're all darting around here like crazy. There's my one barb outside of the rose lines that's in the tank. That was an Odessa fire barb. Still one of my favorite barbs. Let's see if you can get them right there. Yep, orange and black in the middle of the screen there. Good number of different Tetras. I don't even remember all the varieties of Tetras because I like having Tetras as dither fish in my tank. So, and the gold nuggets are not out playing now, but they had been out earlier. So I'll zoom in a little bit on that Farewella. I haven't gotten it there. It looks as if his nose might be laying on a rock, but that's how pointed it is. So real good shot of the farewell. Oh, there's my gold nuggets. So there's one hiding on the bottom of the, I don't know if you can see that very well. The black spots there. There you go. On the bottom of that piece of wood, there's some yellow spots. I always say black spots, but it's gold spots. And then there's my Duplicaris hanging out with that Barbados Corydoras. So that's the show tank there. This is a new micro sword I'm trying out. We'll see if that goes. That'd be really great if it would. I haven't found a carpet one yet. There is my Blue-Eyed Lemon adult. Pretty sure that female may have breeded with my long fin one. Then right there is my long fin super red, and then on top of that is the Stribis, and then we got the albino Stribis still in the back. She is finally fat and ready for breeding, so we've been watching all these years for these albino Stribi to come into heat, and it looks like we're finally there. There's a regular Stribi. They got the orange pectoral fin on them. And then we have some baby Blue-Eyed Lemons. I told you that she bred, I think, with one of my long fins. It looks as if some of them have long fins and some of them don't. And I'm noticing that some are even common. You can see those black ones there. So I don't know if those are regular bristlenose because this was the mom or what. I don't know. Still got to do some learning. There's one of the babies. You can see it's got a little bit of a longer tail on it. Some other babies back over that way. So I think it did breed with my long fin, and so I think I got half and halves, which will be very interesting. So little babies everywhere. You think that's a lot of little babies, though? Look at this tank, holy cow. There are little babies all over the place. I don't even know how I'm gonna get them all out. It's gonna be crazy. We do have some Koi Showa. There's the male with the sword. They also have had some babies, so I've got at least 4 that are hanging out there for you in the photos. And there's my red laser that still exists. There's one of the Koi Showa, and then you've got some baby guppies going on in this tank as well. But these are all regular bristle nose that have babies in here. We have at least 3 generations in there. That's a Molly, and she's supposed to be in another tank, but somehow I dropped her in the wrong tank, and now she likes it in there. The Koi Showa are the orange, black, and white, I should have said. The male's got a nice sword there, and then the female in the back. So I'm hoping for a bunch more of those babies, and that would be really, really great. I could be able to sell those to some stores and get some store credit. Just added, again, all these plants, except for this over here is a good moss that I like having around for the babies in. It's getting a little dirty, but you know, what do you do? So I think that's the majority of the fish in this tank. Then over here is the breeding tank for Corydoras. You would think the last one was, but this one has much larger ones and have been growing out for a little bit longer. So we'll be getting those off to market, if you will, soon. Then here we got my Julii. Julii is what got me started in the hobby. The Julii and the Neon Tetras, those are actually Cardinal Tetras because they have the full red belly. And then in front here we got the Calico Super Red Longfins. Super excited about those. I'm hoping that I got a pair in there that we'll be able to do some breeding. Just moved the Corys over, and you see also in the front here, those are my Pygmy Corydoras. The Pygmies will only get up to be 2 centimeters big, so they're almost full grown. They'll just grow out in the body a little bit and a little bit taller. And then these other ones here are probably, juvenile, maybe a year old, 9 months old Corydoras. And then over here is the Schultze Corydora. And then we also have the Venezuelan Corydoras in there also. So really good mollies. This is a good marbling. That's a marbling that I've had 9 generations of that marbling in my tanks. I'm pretty sure that this might have been a storefish, but I do have a couple that still exist just barely in my originals that I got from Gary, who got me started in the hobby. There's another really good look at a zebra loach. Again, they go after snails. This whole thing is covered in teeny tiny snails after doing a water change today. And he has just been going crazy. Like, he is going around and he's eating off of the sides of the tank. So you want to feed them light in the protein when you do that, because then that way you're able to let them go after the snails itself. So yeah, we must have had a couple of new hatchings. I think they've been getting overfed. I really like the green and the red. I think that goes really well with the Christmas, so I put that in a bunch of different tanks. That's moneywort that we got going on with that. And then these are some like Vallisinius type plants. Really nice. And those are actually onions, those tall skinny things over there, believe it or not. We got a bunch of those onions again this year for the tanks. And then let's see here. Over here, like I told you, we had the micro sword. That's a red flame sword that's in the back there that I got. And then again with the green and the red. And then this plant actually technically is purple, and it will grow out into purpleness. So that is the fish room tanks here. I'll flip it around and say, hey, how's it going? Glad to have you with us. We are continuing this fish hobby. Oh, there's the good Congo Tetra photo right there. We got those at the Minnesota Aquarium Society as well. I'm pretty sure I got these black, I think he said they were paradise gourmets, black paradise gourmets. But anyway, there's 8 of those floating around. So just some really quality fish. Super excited that it's doing well here in my new town, because I'm using tap water. There are the gold tetras. Those are about as big as you'll ever see in the gold tetras, because typically the stores are selling them for nano tanks. So those are pretty huge. They've been growing out for over a year and a half. So anyway, we're super excited to have you join us on Fish Room with a Mission, and look forward to future endeavors. I'll give you a couple more minutes of looking here at the big tank, and we'll go from there and say goodbye. But it was really nice having you stop by the Fish Room with a Mission. Keep following us on YouTube. Just so you're aware, in case you're interested in podcasts at all, I'm starting a new podcast. It's going to be called The Fence Post. The Fence Post will run in 8-hour seasons is the plan right now. And we'll have guests that are church workers talking to us about the agriculture in the Bible. And then we'll have people who are specialized in various things in agriculture that will come in and they'll tell us about their specialties and how it relates to us as Christians. And so the whole thing is called The Fence Post. It's going to be where faith, farm, and family meet. And it'll serve as a really good opportunity for people to come together and learn about agriculture and learn about the faith and how to live that out as a family. So thank you so much for tuning in here to Fish Room with a Mission, and we will see you next time. God be with you. We'll continue to keep you in prayers and keep us in prayers as we make some transitions and changes going forward in the future to share the good news of Jesus and bring some fish sights